And from the war in Ukraine to the conflict in West Asia, US President Donald Trump has vowed to stop Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu from annexing the West Bank, which far-right politicians in Israel see as a way to kill any real prospect of an independent Palestine. The US president also voiced optimism about ending nearly 2 years of devastating war in Gaza by saying that he spoke to Netanyahu and that the two were getting close to a deal on Gaza and may even be peace. Now, Trump's statement came ahead of Netanyahu's address at the United Nations General Assembly and also before his meeting with the Israeli Prime Minister.
I will not allow Israel to annex the West Bank. No, I will not allow it. It's not going to happen.
Did you speak with Netanyahu about this?
Yeah, but I'm not going to allow it. Whether I spoke to him or not, I did. But I'm not allowing Israel to annex the West Bank. There's been enough. It's time to stop now. We have great relationships with a lot of countries. And you may be even more happy when you find out, because we spoke with Bibi Netanyahu today, and we spoke to all the leaders in the Middle East, who are great people, and we're getting pretty close to having a deal on Gaza, and maybe even peace, which would be the first time in about, 2,000 years, I think? In the region, I'd say the first in, Steve, what would you say, first in 2,000 years, or maybe 1,000?
2 millennium.
Netanyahu's ministers and allies have reportedly been discussing plans to annex the West Bank in response to recognition of a Palestinian state by France, Britain, Portugal, and several other Western powers. Now, this prompted alarm among leaders of the Arab world, some of whom met with Donald Trump earlier this week on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly. During the meeting, while Trump presented a 21-point peace plan for West Asia and Gaza, leaders of the key Arab and Muslim nations warned the U.S. of consequences if Israel moved ahead with the West Bank annexation plan.
Had some very really good talks today on Gaza with both the Middle East representatives and kings and all of the top leaders in the Middle East. And we had also a very good conversation with Bibi Netanyahu, trying to get the hostages back, and we're trying to get the end of the Gaza situation. It's really bad, very bad. And we think it could happen. Maybe it could happen pretty soon. We want the hostages back. We want the bodies back. And we want to have peace in that region. So we had some very good talks.
So what I can say about the meeting with President Trump, which I think was a very important meeting, is that the Arab and Muslim countries made very clear to the President the danger of annexation of any type in the West Bank, and the risk that poses not just to the potential of peace in Gaza, but also to any sustainable peace at all. And I feel confident that President Trump understood the position of the Arab and Muslim countries, and I think the President in the US understands very well the risks and dangers of annexation in the West Bank.
Now, Trump's latest remarks signal an alignment with both Arab and Western nations. Earlier, French President Emmanuel Macron had said that the annexation of the West Bank would be a red line and would mark the end of the Abraham Accords. Macron added that the Europeans and Americans were on the same page on this topic. Now, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas also pledged to work with the US, Saudi Arabia, France, and the UN on a peace plan for Gaza. Earlier this month, the 193-member UN General Assembly overwhelmingly endorsed a 7-page declaration that aims to advance a two-state solution for Israel and the Palestinians and to end the war in Gaza.
We declare our readiness to work with President Donald Trump, with Saudi Arabia, France, the United Nations, and all partners to implement the peace plan adopted at the September 22nd conference, paving the way to just peace and comprehensive regional cooperation. We affirm that Gaza is an integral part of the state of Palestine and that we are ready to assume full responsibility for governance and security there. Hamas will have no role in governance and, along with other factions, must hand over weapons to the Palestinian National Authority within the framework of building the institutions of one state, one law, and one legitimate security force. We reiterate that we do not want an armed state.
The United States, however, is currently opposed to recognizing Palestine, saying such a move is a reward for Hamas. Now, earlier this month, Netanyahu signed a controversial West Bank settlement expansion plan, including E1, which is a project to build thousands of new homes that would cut the West Bank into two. The E1 plan had been frozen for decades due to international opposition, since it would cut off the West Bank from East Jerusalem. Israeli settlements have grown in size and numbers since Israel captured the West Bank in the 1967 war. Around 700,000 Israeli settlers live among 2.7 million Palestinians in the West Bank and East Jerusalem, which Israel annexed in a move not recognized by most countries. Now, Israel refuses to see control of the West Bank and has reinforced its position since the October 7, 2023 attack by Hamas. Now, Israel has been under mounting global pressure. Despite this, Netanyahu seems to have defied Donald Trump in recent weeks, with attacks in Iran, Qatar, and Syria amid ongoing U.S. diplomacy. For now, Netanyahu has not revealed what he intends to do. He says that his response would come once he returns to Israel after meeting with Donald Trump in New York.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karj mo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Skali radikali.
Japanese,
$1 trilhão mo.
Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.